Hello.
Hey.
And welcome to episode 213 of Come Get Your Podcast. I am Dustin.
I am Chris.
No Adam today, just the two boys. Unfortunately, Adam had to got called into a work emergency, so Chris and I are recording a different day, and we're all the only two available, and that's okay.
Freaking work, man.
Hey, I feel for him.
Yeah, we've all been there.
We thought we was past this, at least I'm sure it's better, but unfortunately he still gets roped into having to go back in during the weekends, and that sucks.
That's what happens when you're responsible and you go above and beyond.
Right,
and
right.
All that stuff,
When you're reliable.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, right? That, I don't know. I remember taking this, test at work this is so many years ago at this point, but it was just I work harder than most people, and I shouldn't be upset when they don't meet to my same level of work. And it's just
Sure.
But I'm not asking them to be the same as me, but can we try?
Yeah, you're just asking for effort.
So I feel you.
No, I get it.
I feel it.
I get it. Yeah. Typically, when you try your hardest, you're rewarded just with more responsibilities, and sometimes that's okay, and sometimes that can,
as long as it's not taken advantage of, because with that it comes with more responsibilities, but also there's pay increases and promotions and all that stuff.
Yep.
So yeah.
Hey, it's all right.
We'll be all right. Just the two of us will be okay.
Yeah. We've been here. Life happens. So, but hey, as life has happened, what have you been up to?
Dude, I know we talked about it yesterday and today, but it's just I'm struggling so hard to keep interest in anything. It's so bad. It doesn't matter what it is. If it's watching a TV show, if it's trying to watch a movie, watching YouTube, playing video games, nothing is keeping my interest for longer than an hour. And then it's just I don't want to do this anymore, or I need to find something else. It's literally torture at this point.
Yeah.
It's awful.
You have some TV shows that you can watch, but it's not like you want to just keep rewatching the same.
Oh yeah.
Like Pluribus, I'm gonna keep watching as the episodes come out, but it's I don't want to then just.
I'm not gonna rewatch it then.
Rewatch the first few episodes just for something to do.
No, it's I mean, that when it is new, Pluribus is a great example. I'm hooked. I'm locked in for that hour it's on. But then it's what do I do now? What's next? I don't know. I don't have anything.
Yeah.
I watched Peacemaker as well, and it's good. It was really good. But it's just what's next?
Were you rewatching through Stranger Things?
No, I did that. Season? I did that a couple months ago, though.
Oh, that's right. That's good. Because that comes out soon, right?
Well, the first 4 episodes already came out.
Oh.
The latest season. That came out on the 26th of November.
Oh,
and
Jesus,
then
I missed that entirely.
Hey, well, now you got 4 episodes to watch. And then the next episodes, I think, come out around Christmas, I believe. And
they're all pretty long, aren't they?
They're 40 minutes to an hour, I would say, yeah.
Oh, okay.
If not longer. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe it's some of the later episodes, I guess. I thought I had heard somewhere that every episode was going to be an hour and a half long, or
maybe it was. I mean, maybe it was, and I just lost track of time, which is possible, which is very possible.
Sure.
But I know season 4, each episode was a movie long. So
yeah,
it didn't feel like they were that long, at least, because I feel like they had good pacing on it. So.
Oh well, that's good. Yeah. How do the kids look? Now, hasn't it been a few years?
They clearly look older.
Yeah.
Because it's from the start of Stranger Things to now, it's been 8 years, maybe?
Something like that, right?
I don't know. I don't have the exact number. I'm gonna look it up, but it's just like they can't stay kids forever.
No, of course not.
Yeah,
but it's
2016, July 15th, 2016, the first episode came out. So it's like,
okay.
Geez, that's almost 10 years.
So I mean, so you were filming before that came out, right? So yeah, I mean, it's around that nine-ish year, 9.5. That's, I mean, and I like, well, how much time has passed in the show, right? From first season till now. It's only been a couple of years, right?
I don't know that answer. There's probably somewhere that says the answer, but I think right now it's like in the like 86 or 87 in the show. So I'm just being born, basically. It's great.
I gotta check that out.
You should. It's like, it's not like, I don't know. They could have done stuff better for sure, but
sure.
So yeah, I think they're in 87 now, which I don't know how long that is from. I think
the beginning.
I think the show started in 83.
Yeah, right.
And then now it's 87, so it's been 4 years. So I don't know. I mean, I guess for the kids, they can chalk it up to puberty, I suppose.
Well, yeah. I mean, the kids were of that age in the show anyway.
Yeah.
Kind of progressing through. Although I guess, yeah. I mean, like some of them had jobs, so it just looks like now they're all like, man, I could be getting married. I
mean, you got.
I got to check that out. I still got to check out Peacemaker too.
Peacemaker was really solid. It really was, and I know you're gonna love it. So
yeah, and it ties in somewhat with the James Gunn.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Right.
Absolutely.
So. Yeah, I mean, I'm with you. I mean, I've also been. I mean, I've been playing some games. Not as many to also hold my interest. Like that, I've also been struggling with that a little bit. But I think for me, like we talked about it a little bit yesterday. It's just more. I think there's something I'm just looking for, that's going to hold my interest, and I just need something new, like a new RPG, something.
Yeah, I think that's a good point. I think it's just I'm trying to just find something that'll keep my interest.
Yeah.
And I just don't know what that is.
Yeah, I just feel like I keep playing the same games over and over.
Yeah.
Which is true, right, to a point. And I think it's just like that comfort food of the same shows over and over or whatever. Something that you just enjoy, and it's after a long day at work or a long week, you just want to relax. Yep. So I don't know, but yeah, I'm kind of running into that same. I don't know. I don't want to do that again. I get about an hour, maybe two into it, and it's like, ugh, I don't. Or that I think about like what's coming, and it's like, well, I don't.
Exactly,
dude.
That's like nailing it right now, because like right before we started recording, I was like, yeah. And yesterday, I was like, I've been toying with the idea of playing God of War again, and then I started it this morning, and then I'm an hour into it, and it's like, oh man, I already know what's coming up, and it's like, do I want to do all that again?
That usually happens to me with like Red Dead 2.
I know. I so badly wanted to play Red Dead 2 again, but it's like, you got to remember, for all the great moments there's so many slow moments. Yep. Like that it just takes time, and it's like, I've already been through it. I know what the story is, but it's like, I
mean, what I will say is that like earlier this year, I did replay Red Dead fully, and I started to feel that as what's the point? It's usually about the time that you contract tuberculosis, right? Doing the Strauss. It's right around then. You're like freeing Micah,
getting the money
from Strawberry. Yeah, it's like around that time is where you're like, ugh. I've got some slog coming. But I did push through that, and I was happy that I did. Because like once I got to the other side of some of that stuff that I was not looking forward to, you started to get later in the game, and I was doing more side things, more, the story was just evolving to that point. that it did become super fun again. Just because I think I haven't gotten to that point of that game that often, because generally that first,
Are you talking about like the area by Saint Denis where they like get in between the war between the two families and stuff?
Yeah, I mean, you start to get to do a little bit more of that, but I'm talking like even once you get past, was that Guarma? Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like even some of that stuff, because some of that stuff I don't look forward to.
No.
But like when I redid it, like it was so fast. Like I got in and out of Guarma real quick. Like if you just focus on what you need to do, it really doesn't take that long. But I don't know. Yeah, it just more of the exploration. Like once the game opened up to that point, and I was just mostly exploring, I did get past that feeling, which was nice.
Oh, yeah. I just don't know if I've ever gotten. I don't know if there's a game I've played where I've trogged. Like there probably has been, but I'm talking about like in recent memory of any game that I've tried to play, and I'm just like, ugh. I'll trog through this and get through it. No, I usually just end up stop playing.
Yeah. That's generally what I do. I just with that one, it was more of a. I've done that so many times. I've started the game, gotten to around that point, like the second camp. Oh, hey, we now got to start looking for our third camp. You start to get to that point, and it's like I don't really want to do that. But then, like, once I did push through all that, I mean, getting to the epilogue and then getting to build the house and like getting to do all that stuff again was like, okay, this was nice.
Well, especially when you get to build the house.
Don't foresee myself doing it again for a few years, right? But
and then when you build that house, though, that's just magical.
It is, right? So that's like your reward at the end there.
But I 100% agree with what you're saying, because it's just like you already know what's coming up, so it's just like it's not that like those moments are bad, but it's just like
you don't want to do it again.
It's slower, or it's if there's a twist, you already know what the twist is or anything like that, the story and everything. So it's like okay. But
yeah, it's like I've played Cyberpunk so many times. It's like how many times can I go clear out Watson at the beginning of that game? Like I've done all those gigs 100 times. Sometimes I just don't want to do it, but then it's like there are certain aspects of the game I do like revisiting or trying to do differently, or but I don't know. I'm trying to get through Fallout 4 though, because again I know what happens. Like it's been long enough that I've seen Katie beat it. I know. Essentially, I know the story. Like I don't know the DLCs. I haven't done any of that, which I've heard are fun. But the main game, I know the story, but I've never beaten it. So I'm trying to get through it. Get past that point of like, that's usually the point I hit Fallout 4, where it's like it almost makes me want to play Skyrim, or it's just not holding my interest. But I think it's also, I think it's an effect of me starting that game like 4 times. Like it's almost the Witcher 3 problem, where it's like I've started it a couple times and I always seem to stop right at that same area. And if I just get past that a little bit, then the game opens up and I'm off and running to things I've never seen before. I think I akin that to like the first time I played The Last of Us. Because like you and Adam always made fun of me that I was like, I stopped right after the high school bit with Frank,
Bill,
or Bill, and it was like, yeah, that wasn't catching me at that point, and it was like, no, right after that moment is the game.
Yeah, basically.
Like, oh man, I was like stopping just before the end, so.
And that's true. And you don't know those things when you're playing the game for the first time, right? So, but seeing as like you just also finished Outer Worlds 2, I think I said this to you yesterday as well. But like Fallout 4, it just seems like a great pivot into like something similar but different.
Yep.
Well.
And that was what I was thinking. I was like, let me finish Outer Worlds 2. It's actually making me want to go back and try to play Fallout 4 again. Because it feels and looks, similar. So That's a good thing.
Now the dialogue options are poopy.
Yeah, comparatively.
To Outer Worlds 2, you know, and I truly hope Bethesda takes a lesson in that for the next Fallout game of like, hey, make your dialogue choices matter, because usually they don't in Fallout 4, which is a bummer. You know, still a great game in my opinion, but they really took, you know, especially coming from New Vegas and 3, what a bummer.
Well, yeah, I mean, and it's nice with Outer Worlds, especially with 2. It felt like, I know with Outer Worlds 1, there were a lot of those sarcastic, funny, serious, you know, responses. It felt like with, and maybe I'm wrong and I just haven't played Outer Worlds 1 in a minute, but Outer Worlds 2 felt like there were just even more options, and that was like, based on this perk, you can now respond this way, or based on this background, you can respond this way, or based on this, you know, whatever. It felt like there were so many different ways to handle situations, even. And it wasn't like they would necessarily all have the same outcome. So I can see myself playing that game again and just making different choices just to keep it fresh. But I mean, maybe not necessarily right away, kind of a thing.
Yeah, with Fallout 4, it's really like the factions is where it really changes and differs and stuff. So it's really like decide who you want to align with,
like support,
and then just you're pretty much stuck with them. Like you could try to play all sides, you know, to the best of your ability, because I know even in Outer Worlds 2 you could do that, and I think you can succeed. I didn't succeed in Outer Worlds 2 in getting the two corporations to, or the
work together,
Order and Anti-Cleos to work together, but
Anti's Choice.
Anti's Choice, yeah, sorry. Anti-Cleos is from the first one.
So I mean, I was able to get them to work together.
Yeah, I was pretty sure it was possible. I don't think I had chosen the right dialogue at some point to get that to happen.
Yeah, I think I'm assuming I mean, I don't know if this is going to be somewhat slight spoilers. I'll try to keep it somewhat vague. That way, if because the game hasn't been out that long.
Yeah.
I don't want to necessarily say certain things that, you know, like that could spoil things, but there's a certain, let's say peace talks.
Mm-hmm.
And based off of decisions made there, I think really pushes you in that direction on how you handle that. And I think I must have handled that entire situation there in a way that allowed both parties to come to the table, and I mitigated and was able to I guess maybe navigate that in a way that got them to be like, okay, we all kind of had to give a little, and we're all getting something, so this is a true partnership.
As negotiations go, you got to give something to get something, you know.
Yeah. So I don't, just purely based off of the conversations and things you learn, because I mean that game was full of like, hey, you can read these terminals and like they will give you information, and then like they will. What I do love about Outer Worlds is that like when you do read something in a terminal, like it's immediately available in a conversation if you're like, hey, I have this information, which helps push it in a certain, you know, way. Mm-hmm. Whereas like I don't believe Fallout 4 has that. I don't know if there's like stuff hidden in terminals that that might give you information, but I don't know if it helps you in any sort of like conversation aspect.
No, I can't recall anything that does it to that level. Mm-hmm. Which is part of the disappointing part, you know, like the terminals in Fallout 4 and stuff really give you like the background of the pre-war, the pre-apocalyptic world, which is like really fucked up. And in the show they allude to like Vault-Tec being, you know, the evil company that it is and stuff. So it's just this. That's the disappointing part about Fallout 4 comparatively to like Outer Worlds 2 is unfair judgment, to it.
Yeah,
But,
well, yeah. It just came out this year,
yeah.
right? So,
but it's that's
learned from a lot.
That's RPG, like
yes.
And I just hope, like I said earlier, I just hope the next Fallout it goes back to those roots.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I would think that Todd Howard would learn from it. I would hope.
I hope so. I do. I hope so, and I'm still gonna play it. I mean, they're really fun games. So.
Yeah, of course. It's something I'll definitely check out. I just want the game to feel good and play I just want it to be a good RPG, I guess, you know, and being in that world, like, I think that's what always keeps bringing me back is that, like, it's such a fascinating world that, like, I want it to work out. Like, I want to enjoy it because, like, I find the world of Fallout more interesting than the world of, like, Skyrim. And maybe that's just because I've played through Skyrim so many times and I've actually explored that I'm like, I've seen this. I don't know. It's just fascinating, right? And maybe especially with the show that it just a lot of that background that I haven't really gotten into. That it's just cool. It's such a fun place to have an RPG. Like I just want to play around with it. And so many people I know have love Fallout 4. It's like, is there something wrong with me?
Yeah, your wife being included on that.
Yes. Yeah. So, like, shit, the other day, like, she downloaded it too, and we were sitting side by side playing Fallout 4 at the same time.
That's
like, okay, you're in your world, I'm in mine, and I'm helping the Minutemen. I'm actually gonna try this time.
Hey, proud of you for that.
Yeah. You need it. The settlement needs my help. All right, I'll actually go do that.
Those missions never stop. Just an FYI.
No, I know that. Okay. So there's going to be a point of like, no. Not every settlement, but like I've spent way more time doing that than on the actual main story so far. But that I've also been this far in the main story. So
that gets you also to explore places too, like because a lot of the settlements that they say, we need help, or we want to get them to align with the Minutemen. It's a place you haven't been before.
Yeah,
so at first, and then you go there and you explore, and
that's also true.
Yeah.
Places on the map that I've never been to just because I've never, gotten past level 15. I've really never gotten that far in the game.
Well, now you will. And then you'll experience Fallout 4, Skyrim with guns,
yes.
As they say.
As they say.
But it's like the whole world, like to your point, is super intriguing, like... I mean, who knows if that could happen in the next 10 years.
Yeah, man, I might need to play it just to, as like a training video.
Yeah, exactly.
I also maybe should play Cyberpunk again in case we go that direction. As another training video.
I mean, corporos are running our lives. This is true.
Yep. So.
But
hey, as I say, something else just came out.
Hey, man, you were talking about a new map, something that, you're exploring new areas and stuff. But, we just started to explore a new area in Nightreign. Whoa. That shit is hard.
That shit is very hard. How many new bosses?
I'm not
even trying to think of even enemy types that I've seen, which has been a handful.
I think it's just as far as like big bosses go, like the Night Lords, there's only 2 new ones.
Yeah, which I think we've seen, and we've only seen the one.
No, we've seen both of them because we beat one of them yesterday, and that was exciting.
Yes,
because I was just like, that was a rough run in general. So we'd proclaimed it a cursed run earlier in that run, and it wasn't because you came in clutch.
I brought us back from the brink.
It
was
of death.
almost a cursed run. And I was like, wait, if I can get one of you guys up, then I can get the other one up. I think we can do this. That was like day one.
It was night one, and then came back and ended up beating the boss, and then we tried, and then we did the new Night Lord, which is called the Dreg Lord, and I'm sure there's a story behind him. I just don't know, but without knowing the boss and its phases and stuff, I think we did pretty well.
I do too.
Consider that we all started phase 2 with like maybe one flask between us all, or some of us had no flasks, I think.
I had 2, and they were very quickly used because he came at me aggressively. So it was very quick that we were just out. And we fought our way down to, I mean, he had like 20%, 25% health.
He had like 25%, I think. And that, consider how like crazy some of his movesets are. Like it very much reminded me of Orphan of Kos from Bloodborne's DLC. That the three of us, me, you, and Jeff, had beaten at one point. Yeah. It's just so sporadic.
Yeah.
And it's, I don't know. It was like, it was just crazy.
Fun. Yeah.
There's some moments that I couldn't catch a breath, and I was just like, I would get res, take 2 steps, and just die.
Just
all over
immediately
again.
Go down. You're like, holy shit. I was trying to think if Guardian would be good in that boss fight. I'm not sure. He just moves so quickly.
Yeah.
I don't know. That could be dangerous. I don't know.
I think all characters have a chance in each boss fight.
Sure.
It just depends on how you play. Like, what if Jeff played Recluse? You know, like, how would that go? Because I felt I was doing pretty good as Undertaker for the most part.
You were.
She was fun. Get 2 hammers, it's over.
Double bonk.
Double. Man, they break stagger so fast with
a
double bonk system.
And I feel like also, as I was playing Iron Eye, just applying that mark, you guys were able to break that.
Oh yeah.
Like all the time. I don't know. I am enjoying the new. We are. I feel like when we are still playing, at times we're still playing the new map, or like the new, I guess, Shifting Earth.
Yeah.
Is that what?
Which is it's not a new map. I mean, technically it is, but it's like it's a Shifting Earth event where instead of being above ground, you're under the ground, and there's something with crystals, and there's like a gauntlet of some sort as well that you can go through a tower, but you want to do the crystals first. I don't know how you have time for any of this shit. I'll be quite honest.
I don't either. And I think that's the thing about like just learning new aspects to games or new maps is sometimes it's going to be a little rough as you're just learning, because I mean, think about how learning what we do in just the main map, like, and I do like now that like maybe I just haven't played as much, but I do like that now we're landing in different areas necessarily, which does make it feel fresh. But the new Shifting Earth, it feels like it's sectioned off into 3 different zones, but there's a lot of crevasses in pitfalls in between, like, so it at one point we literally got trapped between, it was like as the rain was coming in, it was like we couldn't, there was no way to get over there without just dying within the rain. So
yeah, that was the only real disappointing part about the new map. And like I totally understand that we have to learn it, and eventually it'll be like second nature, I'm sure. We'll be like, oh, we go here, we go here, we go here, but it literally walled us off from trying to get to the next area, and like the only way we could get to the next area was to die, basically. And that's like, that sucks. Like, what?
We tried to signal one of the birds to come fly us across to the other side, and it was like we're starting in the rain, and it ends in the rain. We're never going to even actually be in the circle, and we're dying on the way. And I just chalked that up to us not knowing, right? Like we strolled on into an area and got our stuff backed into a corner, and then it was like, well, it was too late. By the time we realized what was happening, it was like, well, there's no way we can get over there.
Yeah, but we took that gargoyle down. Okay.
We did. We did.
At level 3, we took that gargoyle down. So,
Yeah, at one point we were just like, this is just for science. I don't even care. We're not even trying to win. This is just a learning expedition at this point.
hell yeah.
And I want to go back there. Like I want to see how many we have to go through.
I would like to like have day 1, like we just like level up, and then day 2 we start with doing the crystals and then end up there. But I don't know the spawn point of the crystals, because you learn the spawn point of the crystals on day 2, and at that point we'd have to split up right away.
Yeah.
And get them, and then meet there. But it's like, yeah, do we have time to do all of that? Which I don't know that answer.
Are the crystals not there on day 1?
They are. They're just not marked on the map. On day 2, it shows you the position of the crystals that you have to break and resonate with. And I don't think you have to do all of them. I think you only have to do like 3 or 4.
3 out of the 4.
I know you don't have to do. I don't believe you have to do all of them. I shouldn't say I know.
Well, yeah. Well, for our listeners, what Chris and I are talking about right now are the fact that on the new Shifting Earth, there are crystals around the map that you can destroy, and in the very center of the new map, there is a giant crystal that as you shatter these smaller crystals, you hear the center crystal cracking and breaking apart, and eventually it will shatter and open up. You can, via, I don't know, rocky bridges. I don't know.
Yeah, like crystal bridges or whatever.
Yeah, you just run across, you jump into the middle, and you get a power, which essentially allows you to go to sections of the map without a curse being applied to you. Now, the curse that it gets applied to you when you're in these sections of the map essentially cut your health in half.
Yeah, it sucks.
Yeah. So, like, you can go to these areas without having to do this little mini game of, break these. It's just like a puzzle, right? Like, it's just a part of the Shifting Earth, right? So, essentially what Chris and I are just talking about is, like, how much time do you have to actually go around this map, finding these crystals to shatter to try to get that power as early as possible to then be able to go to these sections, so that your health is not cut in half. But again, I think we just got to play it, right?
I think so,
we got to try it over and over and over. And then once we learn the locations, we can just do them on day 1. Like, it could be essentially one of those things where we split up, take out a few, get that power as quickly as possible, and then, it's just a boss gauntlet at that point. So it's not like we're having to run around and try to find field bosses and stuff. It's just like they're coming to you. You're just one after another, after another.
Another area we're talking about, there's this tower. There's 2. I think there's 2 of them. I think there's on one. They're each on one side of the map, and it's like 4 floors, I believe. And the first floor is a boss, and then the second floor is another boss. Third floor is another boss. I don't know what happens when you get to the top, but
yeah. Unknown.
We beat the first boss at level 3, and then we attempted the next one at like level 5, I think we were. And then it still was, that one was way too tough.
Yeah, we had to run. And then that's when we found out we were going to die anyway. Is that when we got stuck? We were in this tower, and it was like, oh, we can't get out of here now.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the one where we got stuck on the one side of the map.
Yeah.
So that, again, that's partly our fault, in understanding where the circle might go and stuff like that. So, like, I get it, but it's like, that sucks at the same time.
Yeah. It's like then you spend like 20, 30 minutes. You're like, well, we just got to start over now.
But the characters are
fun though.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know the Scholar, right? I don't think the Scholar is for me based on what I know about them, but Undertaker is a lot of fun.
And I feel like I want to figure out the Scholar, but yeah, I don't know if it's worth it based off of the other characters in the game. It's just, for me personally, Iron Eye and Guardian are just so much, like, I just love being able to bop back before those 2 different type of play styles.
Yeah.
I would like to try to figure out magic more, like Recluse, and just lean into it so I understand it better. But I don't know, maybe I just do that in Elden Ring.
There you go.
When Jeffrey plays, we do a co-op playthrough, Jeffrey.
Imagine. I would just want to play Shadow the Erdtree with him.
I agree. I just have to get to that point.
Well, you gotta get there, like I did, just recently.
I mean, my New Game Plus Plus character, I technically could just try to go over and get to Mog.
Oh, that's true.
I'm at the Godskin duo. I'm far enough. I just have to deviate where I'm going.
Well, because you don't want to beat the Godskin duo, do you?
I really don't. See, this goes back to the thing we were talking about earlier. It's like I actually played through a bit of that game, and then I got to that point and was like, ugh.
Yep, I feel you.
I don't want to do that.
I don't mind that Godskin duo though. Just put one to sleep, and then you can attack the other one.
Maybe I just call you in and we take them out together.
I'll put one of them to sleep.
Right.
I don't know. You got to use the mimic tier though. That helps you go ham on those bosses as well.
That's true. I do.
But yeah, Nightreign, it's fun. The new boss, I mean, like the first boss, Balancers, you fight against like 7 of these like Valkyrie ladies, and you gotta each of them are not that tough by themselves, but they team up on you, and then you gotta like really be careful, and then eventually they do like powerful moves when they get to when you end up defeating them all, where they do like we call it a pizza move, where they like go through the sky and they're like slicing the ground like a pizza
Triangles,
you know, and I still don't know how we beat them. Like it felt like such a struggle. I was over on my own island for most of that last part of that fight. I had no flask, and I was just like trying to survive the best I could.
Yeah, man. I think there was one point where I was trying to resurrect Jeff because he had 3 bars. So I had to shoot so many arrows into him. And I think I even said to him, I was like, I'm over here trying to res Jeff, and Chris is over there just fighting for his life. I was. Because I could see you moving around and dodging, but like you were so far off. I just tried to keep you in camera. Yep. And it just to see, because like if you go down, I have to see where they're at. And it was like, this guy's Neo in the Matrix right now, just trying to stay alive.
Okay, so
we overcame.
I was locked in, man. I don't know what to tell you.
That was the story of that playthrough, of that run. It was we improvised, adapted, and overcame.
We did, and we won. And then we went into to try to do the next boss, the new boss, and we didn't win, but it was still not a bad run.
Nah, he's beatable. We got it.
Now that we know that there's a second phase, so we can be a little bit more conservative on the first one.
Yeah, on the uses of flasks.
Be more patient, Pete.
That's right. We got it.
I agree. But it's fun. You know, it's new content is always good. So
I'll always take new content. I think at some point I was having enough fun in that playing Nightreign that I think I just upgraded to the legendary edition or whatever.
Yes.
So that's why but when it came out, because I was looking to have to purchase the DLC and download it and everything. And I noticed I went in there trying to look for it, and it was like, oh, I already upgraded. So I just have to install it. Yeah. It's just going to come to me. So, because I think it was we'd been playing enough of it that I knew oh, this is worth whatever DLC is coming. I know that for a fact. I've played enough of this game. I can preemptively, I'll trust it. I'll enjoy it. And so far I really have. I mean, I like getting surprised by new bosses and new enemies, and there are some that I obviously do know and have fought before. The Lord of Blood, wasn't a fan of seeing him pop up. Even though I know I have to beat him in order to get into the Shadow of the Erdtree DLC, but it is fun though. Even though I don't I find him to be one of the most frustrating bosses for me to fight in Elden Ring. I don't know why. It's just the AoE aspect. I think it's just all of that, but in Nightreign, when you have two allies with you, it just feels cooler and different in a way.
Yeah.
Because it's like, no, I've fought this guy before, and now my friends are with me, and you're in for it now, dude. So, and it's just a fun fight, like how it's different than in Elden Ring.
It is, and that's the thing is that it is different. There is a whole new phase.
But that's good. Like that surprises you, where you're like, okay, no, like they're making it fresh, even though they're bosses we've seen before who do some of the stuff that they normally do, while also surprising you with new fantastic abilities that you now get to dodge. But
and tridents that come up from the ground that you have to destroy.
What the hell? And do little AoE explosions.
Yeah, I think you just have to destroy like one or two of them and just be like, just stay in this area.
Yeah, just carve out a chunk of land. But I don't know, man.
And I love that game. And I know like the boss we had fought the next day, or the next run we did when we were trying to do the new boss, the Dreglord. Like I said, I'm sure it's a huge thing for people who have ran into that boss, Knight Artorias. But it's like I'm like, I don't know who this person is.
Yeah, I
think it's from the first Dark Souls, and I haven't beaten
the first one.
The first Dark Souls, yeah.
Yeah, no, I've never played it. So like, you're probably right. Somebody probably did like get real excited to see that, kind of like how we were seeing some of ours. He was tough. I didn't know what to expect from that guy. I mean, we took him down, you know.
Oh yeah, I mean, he still died.
First time, you know.
First try.
But I can definitely see running into him, and if you're not on it, like getting run over pretty quick. Yeah, I just think we were in the zone.
He had some crazy moves for sure.
Man, is that's the only DLC we're getting of that game, right?
I don't know.
I mean, it's the only one they've announced, I guess.
My assumption would be it probably is, but I don't know that answer.
I just feel like with this, like if you really wanted to, you could keep, okay, here's a new shifting earth, or here's a new map style, here's even more enemies. Like the pool of adversaries that you can pick from throughout the From Software catalog. I mean, you could go for a while if you really wanted to.
They could. There's
like
so
we were
bosses.
fighting enemies from Shadow of the Erdtree, like just out and about.
Yeah, one of the bosses of day one. So that stupid monster that has like the wheel. It's called the Curse Blade in the game. I'm assuming that's what it's called in Shadow of the Erdtree. I never looked it up, but I hate fighting those things because they're just like not predictable. Their moves are just so sporadic. It's like, okay.
Aren't they the guys that like when as soon as you enter Shadow of the Erdtree, are those the guys that are like perched up? Or are those just birds?
Those are just birds. I know who you're talking about. Those are just birds.
Yeah, and then the lion beast guys, like
those guys suck.
Those guys are tough. Those guys are tough. So,
but it's a good time.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. It's been about 45 minutes. Should we go to? You want to go to Discorner, or do we want to chat about the upcoming Game Awards? Or
I mean, we can just
save that for when it comes out.
Like Game Awards is this upcoming Thursday on the 11th, and just tune in. It's a lot of fun. You know, I'm gonna be watching it for sure, and I basically voted for Claire Obscure, Expedition 33, almost on every one I could do, except for like, I think the one I could vote Dispatch in, I did vote Dispatch in, which is like best debut indie game, I think it was.
Yeah, I like that.
And it's like, yeah, I've already voted for Claire Obscure enough on most of these. I'll vote for Dispatch on this one because it is a really good game.
Try not to go for the clean sweep.
Yeah, I like Dispatch a lot, so it felt right to do that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. This is basically my Oscars, like.
Well, 100%. I think people should tune into the Game Awards. I think it is such a fun. It's such a fun show that like highlights some of your favorite games, a lot of your favorite voice actors who may or may not be nominated for their performances. And what I like is that, like, for me, a lot of times I'll utilize it as a time to like see people's reactions or their I don't know, their love for a specific game that maybe I did not play during that year.
Yep.
That brings interest, where it's like, oh, okay, like this one for this, like best art style or whatever. And it's like, oh, maybe I need to check this out because, like, if it beat, in my opinion, Clair Obscur, it's such a beautiful game that it's like, okay, well, now I need to see that. And I mean, you get all the debuts, right? What's coming, and sometimes we'll get some surprises. And
like Intergalactic last year, which I still go back and watch that trailer every once in a while.
Yeah,
that shit's gonna be good.
I mean, I think I'm with yeah, and I think I'm with you where I think Expedition 33 is going to take a lot of these awards. I don't necessarily think it's going to be quite as drastic as when Baldur's Gate 3 came out. And really, I mean, dominated in that way. I just think there's some stronger opposition to Expedition 33. And I don't think as many people has played it as Baldur's Gate 3 did when it came out.
Probably.
So it's a little bit different there, but I don't know. I could, to me, it's my game of the year. I understand I haven't played a chunk of the other games that were nominated. So if you disagree with me, I understand. I just think the uniqueness, the story, the gameplay, just about everything about it. I would be surprised if any other of those games could have made the same amount of impact to me this past year.
Yeah, I mean, like, Silksong is good. Don't get me wrong. I think it's very good, and Hades 2, same boat. But for the impact that they had, like, I didn't beat both of them yet. But like Clair Obscur, I couldn't put down.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm voting for it. We talked about it a little bit yesterday. Couldn't get into Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. It's just not for me, I don't think. Who knows? Maybe if it goes on like super sale in the future, who knows? But Death Stranding, I tried to play Death Stranding 1. It just got really repetitive. So it wasn't really like grabbing me. Maybe I'll watch like a recap of Death Stranding 1 and then play the second one, because I don't know if you need to necessarily play the first one.
Yeah, get through the first 15 hours that are seemingly a bit of a slog.
Yeah. But I see the appeal in these games like Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 and Death Stranding. Like, I understand why people like them. It's kind of like the same with Star Wars Outlaws. It's just like, I bought Star Wars Outlaws because it was like super cheap on sale during the holidays. And Adam has talked highly of it. We've had other friends that talked highly of it. And I'm like, all right, I'll give it a shot. But in the end, it's just another Ubisoft game to me. And it's just like, I can't. It's just those games are like,
yeah.
I'm past those kind of games, where it's like there's a bunch of markers on the map, and you got to go to them, and then you got to travel there, and then you got to do like the Assassin's Creed, like climb up walls stuff. It's just like you guys do the same thing for every one of your games, basically.
Yeah, just with a different paint job.
Yeah, so it's just like I'm good. I gave it a good shot. I played like a good 8 hours of it. But it didn't grab me. But in the same vein, I understand the appeal. I get why people do like it. I definitely understand that. But what can you do?
Hey, so when you're looking for that very specific.
Oh yeah.
Non-handholdy, but art. Just great. We're just looking for another. amazing solo story.
I'm like,
what's wrong with that?
I was gonna say, I honestly don't know what I'm looking for. Is the problem,
right?
You know,
we've been spoiled in the last few years, quite some time.
Yeah.
Since 2018, I think we've had quite a few different single player, immersive story, great gameplay games that it's like, damn it, I need a different one now. I've grown accustomed to having them more frequently, so now I need more.
That's where like Ghost of Yotai was that for me, and Outer Worlds 2 was that for me. But then you know, I sped run those basically.
Yep. Sometimes you can't help it.
I do it again. But watch the Game Awards. It'll be good. Always a good time.
Yes.
But that's it. Yeah, we can do. We can jump into this corner, where we got two from our lovely boy Jeff Allegedly. First one, what he would like to know is at CGY Boys. What is a phrase you use a dozen times a week at your job? #this corner. No, I will not escalate that. I feel.
What is a phrase that I use over a dozen times a week at my job? Right now, since I'm in a newer position, it's okay. Well, I didn't know that. Now that I do, I will add that to the list. It's kind of that kind of thing where it's like, okay, it's another. Okay, now I know that. All right, put that in the memory bank. Write that down somewhere. Put it in my OneNote.
Yeah.
Know that I'm gonna have to come back to it to be like, I don't remember how to do that. Let me go back into my OneNote and I'm at that stage, so it's every day, every single day is a learning experience, which is a good thing. I mean, some days it can be frustrating, but even on those days that I'm frustrated, when you get back and you're relaxing, you think back and go, okay, no, that's a good thing. I just need to, lock in.
Yeah, it's a very good thing.
Yeah. I don't want to not be challenged, right? And then you just get bored. So
and that's the thing is that people, I've said this to people before, where it's like they think they want like easy street on the job and not be like challenged or anything like that. It's like that'll go well for a few weeks. And then you'll get bored.
Yeah, dude. I've had jobs where it's just the same monotonous thing over and over and over again. And it's like, I just can't do it. It just feels like slowly dying. I just can't do that. Like, I need something. But sometimes it's like, I don't need to be challenged this much. Maybe we can hold it up.
Yeah, like those breaks are good to have. Absolutely. Like you don't want to be challenged every day, but
right.
If you're never challenged, you're not growing.
Right. But it is what it is. You don't get to pick those. So you just do the best what you can and keep trying to get better.
That's right. Proud of you for that. Keep it up.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Our next one is at CGY Boys. What's a company that hasn't succumbed to inshitification yet? #this corner. I don't even know what that word means. I'm assuming that they're not like a shit company.
Yeah, and shitification.
My answer is Costco. Those hot dogs and a drink are still $1.50. So
that's true. That's true. That reminds me of if this is what this means, Jeffrey. Who is that? Is that Arizona tea?
Yeah.
It's like 99 cents, right? Like it's always on the bottle. I want to say I saw an interview with the, owner of the company, much like, how Costco, like the CEO does not take or at least the original CEO. I don't know who's the CEO now, but I know they never really took a, multi-million-dollar salary.
Yeah.
It was just pretty normal. Their CEO was in an interview saying, like, they asked, like, you do well, why don't you could raise the price of your drinks, and why don't you? And his basic response was just like, why? Mm-hmm. We don't need to. We're doing fine. Our bills are paid. Why would I make it harder for people to afford our product, like, when we don't need it? Like, that's how you should look at it. Like, you're fine. I mean, you raise that to $3, some people might not be able to afford something to drink.
Yeah.
You know?
And Arizona ICs have been 99 cents for as long as I can remember.
Forever. Right. So it's like, why? You don't need to have all the money. You don't need to have all the stuff.
Capitalism,
it's fine.
You know, it's not always the solution. But hell yeah. There you go. 2 companies right there.
Yeah. If that's what that means, I mean, I could look that up, but to be honest with you, I don't want to type that into my phone. So
why don't you? Why not?
Just in case this is some sort of I'm unpunked and Jeff got us. So there you go.
That's all that we have for Discorner.
Thank you, Jeffrey, for submitting those to our Discorner, and you, our friendly listeners. If you want to ask us a question, just give us a comment, want to check in, you can visit our Discord. That link is in all of our episode descriptions. You can also find us on... Are we still on Twitter?
I mean, technically...
We're not on Facebook. We really don't check that stuff anymore. I prefer not to be on Twitter personally. Hey, come to our Discord. You can find us. There are ways to find us. If you want to listen to us, we are on just about every single platform you can listen to podcasts on. I know Adam typically runs them all off, but like it's almost 2026. You can pretty much find us anywhere. If you could, it's not that hard. If you have an issue finding us, then hit us up on Discord, and we'll show you where to go.
Yeah, we'll get you set to the right spot.
If that is all, typically we end each episode with a shower thought from Reddit. Now, admittedly, I did not.
I have one.
Out.
I do.
You do.
I do.
Because last time I was like, we both had one, so I was like, I hope Chris has got one.
I
for
do.
me.
I looked one up just to be prepared. So this shower thought comes from user Uncle Fishbits on Reddit. When you eat at home with your partner, it's weird to eat different entrees. But when you eat at a restaurant with your partner, it's weird to eat the same entree.
That is so true, actually. Well, that'll do it for episode 213 of Come Get Your Podcast. I have been your host, Dustin.
I've been Chris.
Thanks all.
Bye.